Hey, it's DJ. On today's Able Reflection, I want to talk to you about the imposter syndrome. What is the imposter syndrome? It's really that nagging voice in your head that says, you can't do this, you're not supposed to do this. What makes you think you could do this? It can also be called shame. But really, that imposter syndrome is, it's that inner voice that is cautioning you against doing something challenging, doing something new, something exciting. The imposter syndrome has always been with us. It is innate to us human beings, I think, something that our ancestors have dealt with for since the beginning of time. I think it has been a protector for most people, but I think it also can be a hindrance. It can prevent us from trying something new that can be exciting and life changing. I experienced the imposter syndrome when I published my first book, my second book, my podcast, my second podcast, my practice. And it creeps up when I least expect it. I think I'll be walking along in my life and thinking everything's going well, and then bam, that message comes in that says, "Yeah, you're a piece of shit. You don't know what you're doing. You're not a good therapist. You're not a great author. You're not this, that, and the other." And I just want to say, f off. But the truth is that imposter syndrome is really, in my opinion, this little scared kid who really just wants to protect me. And I think that that voice did protect me early on in my life, but things are different now. And so I don't need that kind of protection. So what I do instead of telling it to F off is to really ask that inner voice, what do you need right now? What are you afraid of? What can I do to help you? And that has been really, really helpful to me as I move through those difficult voices and that the messaging that comes with that, because it can be life changing. I mean, my body goes through changes when I hear that voice. I get anxious, or I feel depressed, or I feel really tired. And so other things that I might do is like get up and go for a walk, get some fresh air, call a friend, go to therapy. Um, and not to see that imposter syndrome, that voice, as a threat, but as a warning sign. There's something off. What can I do to address it? So, if you have been struggling with the imposter syndrome, I encourage you to take a moment to kind of think about what your inner child, or what is that voice? What's the message? What do you need to listen to? Because there's something underneath that, right? And I encourage you also to lean into it. Um, Take its hand and say, you know what, let's do this together. So that's what I wanted to share with you this week, and I hope you guys are doing well. Follow me on Instagram at the DJ Burr, Facebook and Twitter at DJ Burr 1022. Or you can go straight to my website, djburr.com, and you can find all of the latest information about my practice, about my books, about my podcast, about my able affirmations, and the weekly reflections. All right, take care.